I am excited. I wasn't lying when I got up there to accept this thing because I mean, as dumb as it sounds, and I'm sure it just sounds ridiculous, but I really hadn't thought about the possibility of winning, either one of those awards. You know what I mean? And it didn't dawn on me till about the time that I think that Dirks got up there to sing, and because somebody came up and was like, "Hey, whenever your award comes up, you need to go around and be in this spot," and I was like, "Oh, damn! I didn't even think about that. What if that happened? And I was standing there listening to Dirk sing that song and the lyrics of that song. I really was thinking, man, that kind of fits where I'm at. You know what I mean? Because it has been a long time to get to this point for me, and I've seen a lot of people come and go since I started that passed me and had big hits, and I always was the guy that was out there in the audience, just wondering what it takes to be that, you know what I mean? And I still don't really know what in the hell it takes to be that, but damn glad that it happened finally,
Like, you were a couple of years ago walking the streets of New York saying, "Hey, I'm in People magazine." Now you're rocking a bromance on the cover.
Yeah, we're out. Adam and I are out now. Yeah, I don't know. That People magazine cover, Adam and I both were cracking up about it because we're smart, we're smart asses, and part of us was like, oh, no, that's kind of weird. But then the other side of us is like, that's pretty cool to get on the cover of People. Let's just go along with the bromance thing, and when we do the interview, we'll just talk about how it's not like that at all, even though I do think he's very sexy and attractive.
How's the voice changed your life and your relationship?
My relationship with Miranda, or what? I don't think the voice has changed my relationship with Miranda at all, but it's definitely changed the way that I view my position, I guess, in this business, because it's easy to just kind of take it for granted sometimes, and when you get, run down and tired, and just like me bitching just then, you know what I mean? It's like, how many people would love to be standing up here talking about this stuff I'm talking about, and every time I sit in one of those chairs and I see those people on that stage that want this, you know what I mean? And it's humbling. It's good for you.
You like to have a good time making fun of Taylor and her award acceptance speeches.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of her big award for Community of the Year?
I think she deserves it. I was when those announcements came out who was nominated. I remember saying right then, I don't think I said I hope Taylor wins because I hoped I would win. But I remember saying, man, Taylor deserves it. I mean, she truly does. I mean, I don't think there's anybody that would, with half a brain, that would stand up here and say otherwise. I mean, she's done a lot for us in country music, and take that out of the mix even. She's just that one of those once-in-a-lifetime stars that comes along that, makes a difference, and we're lucky enough in country music to call her, one of us, and that's pretty cool. But I'm always going to make fun of her in my monologues, so she might as well get used to that.
Can you talk about hosting the show? People who know and love you love the fact that you're a smartass, that you say things that maybe other people think but won't say. And the comedy seemed a little edgier tonight and more fitting with who you are and reflective of your personality.
Mm-hmm.
So can you talk about getting to do a lot of those moments that got some oohs from the crowd back here?
I don't know. I think it's more in, when we sit in those meetings and whenever we're with the writers and we're throwing out our ideas about, what we want to say when we get on stage. I remember last year going, oh, no, I'm not going to say that. There's no way in hell. And then, when it came around to something else, it'd be like, oh, hell no, I'm not making fun of that person. And then this year, just, I don't know. I just felt like last year probably left some things on the table, and I just wanted to do this year more of what people probably expected me to do last year. You know what I mean? But I'm also trying to get fired because I'm longing for the days that I was talking about before, where I was just a guy out in the audience, drinking my face off. It's hard for me to, have this type of responsibility and try to be professional, and I don't see how Reba does it year after year, because at some point you got to be a wasteoid. That's what people expect of musicians and celebrities and stars, and I'm ready to step back into that role of being wasted all the time.
Are you going to be able to go party tonight before you have to go to the live shows in LA tomorrow?
I'm going to try. I mean, I definitely want to go celebrate and hopefully spend some time with Miranda tonight. You know what I mean? But it's just one of those. That's boo-hoo. If I don't get to hang out and party as much as I want to tonight, I got to go. Back to LA and get ready for the first live. It's a very important show for The Voice tomorrow night. It's the first live show, and it's very, very similar to what we just did right here. Is what's ironic, and I'm so thrilled that I'm not hosting that tomorrow. That all I got to really do is just sit in the damn chair and watch these kids perform. It'll be nice to be on that side of it.
This is the last question.
Speaking of Miranda, that was about the sweetest introduction you gave her tonight. Can you just talk about watching her have that success and those wins, and just your perspective on it as not just a fellow artist, but as her husband?
Yeah. Well, first of all, as a fellow artist, it's refreshing to see Miranda win those awards and Album of the Year, and mostly Album of the Year. I mean, it's Female Vocalist of the Year, and Male Vocalist of the Year. That's really cool. But Album of the Year is like, that's your painting that you made, and you just put it out there for everybody to look at and judge, and she wins that thing. I think that's the third one of those things she's won, and that's when the industry, they're pretty critical. I've never even been nominated for Album of the Year, especially with the last couple of years I've had. You'd think they'd throw a sympathy one in there, but they don't. That's one thing, country music, they're hard on songs and music, and I'm glad they're hard on them. And I'm glad that they recognize, how great Miranda's records are and how unique they are and how she pushes the envelope and tries new sounds and new things all the time. But she's not just trying it; she nails it every time. And I'm blown away by her. I really am. But the other side of me, as her husband, I want to see her win all that stuff. I was pissed that she wasn't in Entertainer of the Year category. I know how many tickets she sells and how hard that is for anybody to roll into. I think Louisville, she just a couple of weeks ago sold 13,000 tickets in one night. I mean, that's a big deal. That affects all of us in this room, and I'm looking forward to seeing her get recognized for that stuff too.
The new state was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That it? All right.